Dude, I made banana bread for the first time in my life yesterday.
Banana bread is so hard. And tell me about your banana bread.
Banana bread sounds like a guy that I would hate though. Like if he found himself in the friend group. It's like that's
That's
banana
definitely the
bread.
kind of guy who like wears bare feet in your house.
Yeah, he's been walking outside all day.
Yeah, and he puts his feet up on the table, and you see the bottoms of his feet are just so dirty.
Oh man, banana bread. But
Is okay.
yeah.
Sorry, yeah. Actually, finish your banana bread.
I was just gonna say it was fun to learn how to like bake because I don't really bake stuff.
Hmm.
So I had to like literally research like, okay, what's the difference between oil and eggs? Like just like the just
Way
like
to
the
research that.
just like to understand how much flavor you would lose, I guess. Like the
Uh-huh.
comparison. Um but dude, it
Did you
turned
put
out
sour cream in it?
no, I didn't. I used milk, eggs, bananas, sugar-free chocolate chips, the mix. I got like a box of mix because I didn't want to
Uh,
mess with it. And then I sprinkled
uh
cinnamon on top at the end. Dude, it like turned out so good. It was like melting in my mouth. And I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah, my roommate will make banana bread sometimes, and she has like a whole like bunt cake like tray thing
Yeah,
that she
yeah.
makes it in.
Yeah.
So it's a giant cake of banana bread basically,
Mhm.
and she eats maybe like an eighth of it, and she's like,
Yeah.
"I'm over banana bread. You have to eat the rest of it." And then I have to just eat like 15,000 calories over the course of 3 days.
Yeah, or else it'll go bad. I mean, you
No,
could
it's
freeze
just
it.
I don't know.
You
Yeah,
just
but
put
I
a
want
timer
to eat it.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I do that. Like I just eat food until it's gone.
Dude, that's like one of my biggest flaws. It sucks because you'll be like staring at a box of like the other day I had a box of wheat thins. I had a coupon to get a free box. I was like, oh, this is sick. Let me get some tomato and basil. Then they're like chilling in my
Yeah.
pantry, and I'm like, I'll just have a little while my food's cooking. That's
Yeah,
how it
yeah.
starts,
Yeah,
right?
eating while you're making food,
Yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah,
cooked,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's so over.
And then I eat the meal, and I'm like, I have a little bit more room. So so I go back and eat more, and then it's like halfway gone, right? And I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, I'm not. I
Then
put
you're
it
like,
away.
I might as well.
Well, I put it away, and
It's
I'm
almost
like,
gone.
I'm not gonna eat it. And then 3 a.m. comes by, and I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I need a snack right now. Guess what I
Dude,
got?
the benefit of going to sleep early, other than like health, is you don't
Yeah,
just eat a bunch of bullshit.
yeah,
Anytime it gets too late, I'm just eating nonsense, bro. I'm just like sprinkling like whipped cream on top of grapes and shit and eating them by the handful.
You're like creating recipes.
Yeah, it's the kind of shit that like an 8-year-old would make if he was like alone by himself for too long.
Yeah, yeah. He's like in creative mode.
Yeah, just like chocolate syrup and sprinkles and no real like good food,
Yeah,
like no real food. It's all
yeah.
super
You
processed.
just ate a process. You didn't even eat food.
Yeah, just eating science.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, I've been watching so many science videos like before bed. I'll like
Crazy flex.
it's not even a flex. It's just like I'm bored and I like need something to get me to sleep. Because
Uh-huh.
if I try to lay down too early, I'm not the type of person that's just gonna fall asleep. I have to like warm up to sleeping.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
What have you learned?
Like the guy that doesn't absorb anything. Um, I don't know. I watched like different debates on like theories. So like, one of them was the dimensions, like the amount of dimensions there are, and they were talking about how like if you were a 2D fish swimming on like a piece of paper, you wouldn't even be able to conceptualize a third dimension because it's not in your realm of like understanding.
Comprehension.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So they're saying like all the math, all the what are they called? Like the mathematical research or problems or whatever, like basically how they come up with like 9 dimensions. Um they're just talking about how like think of it as like a loaf of bread. Like our universe is like a slice, and every dimension that's outside of it is outside of that slice of bread.
Mhm.
And it kind of like the conversation kind of went into like the twin paradox theory, where like, have you heard about like you have two twins with the same DNA, and one goes at the speed of light around the Earth, and he comes back and he's younger than the
Oh, and he's
guy.
younger than the older. Okay, yeah, yeah.
They're basically saying that twin could warn the guy on Earth, like, hey, you're gonna have lung cancer at 56, like you're gonna have all these like health issues. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just like cool to talk. Like it makes you just like think about how much
How do you
we
how do you
don't
think
know.
they figure out which twin is going to be the one with cancer and which one gets to find out?
I mean, whatever one gets to go up in space is the one that is gonna age less. So
Yeah, do you think they like flip a coin?
I mean, they probably are like, hey, you like roller coasters? And based on that answer, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like if you had a twin and they're like, hey, do you want to go in space or stay on Earth? Which one are you picking?
I'd probably stay on Earth. I feel like I don't like space food. Like I wanna eat like real people food,
Yeah.
not like alien food,
Yeah.
like toothpaste and stuff.
Right. I think a lot of people don't, even myself, like we don't realize how scary it would be to be in space. Like you can't even
There's
like
not even gravity, bro.
yeah, they said like when you sleep, it feels like you're always standing up. Like you can't lay down
Imagine
in
dr-
space.
Imagine that's crazy to even like conceptualize.
Yeah.
Imagine drinking water, but instead of going like this, like a normal person, you
Yeah.
have to like throw water into your mouth like you're fucking chucking Pokeballs at Pikachu's.
But you're like catching yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're catching thirst or
Yeah.
the lack thereof.
I feel like that would be the fun part.
So you've been watching these videos every night to go to sleep?
Yeah.
Damn, I'm just
Yeah.
watching porn.
Well, that's always like the second layer.
Yeah, that's how my videos start off as science. It's
Yeah,
like two
yeah,
scientists, and she's like, "We have to figure out how to
yeah.
scientifically
What's
behave
string
the most
theory?
efficiently."
Yeah. That would be probably I don't know, man. It's funny to think about the first person to like put plots in that.
You know what I was thinking actually pretty recently? Because like, there's multiple people that I've known like tangentially who have like done porn, and I'm not talking about like OnlyFans. I'm talking like they did porn.
Mhm.
Like this girl that I went to high school with. Should I say her porn name? She does. I mean, is it okay to say her porn name?
Um, I mean, I guess how relevant is it to the story?
It's kind of funny.
Okay. If you want.
Okay, I went to high school with this woman named, I'm not gonna use a real name, but
Riley
she goes
Reed.
by Tosh Locks,
Okay.
and she was like a local legend. Like we were a very small, pretty conservative town, and like in our senior exit interviews, you have to like meet with like people from the community and like tell them what your plan for like after high school is, and they
Oh,
basically determine like, uh, okay, that sounds like a reasonable thing. Yeah, you can go on and go to you know go to graduate. And
yeah.
in hers, she said that she was gonna go into the adult entertainment industry, and they passed her because like she had a plan, and that's really all that you're grading on. But like all of the so she was a senior when I was like in eighth grade, probably. So
Mhm.
like the year after she graduated, all of the senior baseball players that I knew from like just playing baseball, were talking about her.
Yeah.
And I looked her up, man, and I think she did pretty well for herself.
Yeah?
But Tosh, yeah, Tosh Locks, if you're ever out there and you want to talk to an alumnus,
I love that. Oh,
yeah, we can
man.
talk about but no, like multiple people in my life, like that I've sort of like known of,
Yeah.
like a girl that like was friends with an ex-girlfriend of mine.
Mhm.
Uh, they did porn, and I always think like, what a weird path to go down.
Yeah,
That must be like
you
such a interesting industry.
you wonder what led up to it, and also, what's your day-to-day look like? Are you still grabbing
It
coffee?
Yeah, it does really feel like more of a lifestyle.
Yeah, yeah. I feel
I
like it
kind of
would
feel
be
bad for those people though.
why so?
I think I don't know. It feels like and I'm sure I'm probably like, this is outside looking in, so this might not be the reality, but I don't know. It seems like one of those industries that like you don't get a lot of like benefits. You know, like the shelf life of an actor in that
Yeah.
industry seems like it's a pretty bright burn, and then you burn out quickly maybe.
Yeah. I mean,
I had a friend who really wanted to like get into that industry. He like, I don't know how serious he was about it, but he was like, yeah, man, like once I graduate school, I want to try and like become an actor.
mhm.
And I was like in like Clint Eastwood movies? And he goes, not exactly.
Yeah, or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
More like more like Clint Hardwood
Yeah,
movies.
there's something in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it is crazy to think about just the amount of paths that are out there. Like when you're a
Yeah.
kid, you're just like, I want to be an astronaut.
Yeah.
And
And then you get a
then
little older and you're like,
I
I
want
want
to
to be
be
Johnny Sins as an astronaut.
you're like, yeah, I want to be an astronaut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's two
I
different.
want to be an astronaut.
Yeah. I
That's definitely I love how like silly porn plots are.
why not lean into it, you know?
I know it's like part of the fun. Like you're probably all just like hanging around like a rented Airbnb. Have fun with it.
Yeah, I feel like the more you lean into it, the better marketing it actually is. Like, don't try to take yourself too seriously in that.
Yeah. I don't even like have any frame of reference of what that industry must be like. Like, what is that like on the production side? Because those videos are edited.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's an editor involved. There's a shot selection.
Oh, internet? Yep.
Oh God, what's happening?
We'll be right back. That no memory card message just reminded me. I saw a video of the first guy that got a Neuralink. Like they interviewed him.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
they're like a human being.
Actual human. It was like a couple months ago. He did the interview, like 3 months ago.
What? Okay, take me through this because I have opinions about Neuralink.
I think it's insane, but it could be a good thing. I kind of want to look it up just because I don't want to like give too much. I like giving a little bit of misinformation, but not totally. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like it definitely could be cool, but like the fact that Elon Musk is involved makes me very worried.
Yeah. You're definitely gambling a little bit. His name is Nolan Arbo. Arbo, I think is how you pronounce it. Nolan Arbo. 30-year
Is he
old.
American?
I believe so. He was speaking English, and I mean, I don't know, based on assumptions, I would say, but he's a
That
30-year.
seems like the kind of thing Americans would do.
Yeah, he was speaking American. 30-year old quadriplegic man who opted to become the first human, and he would like play video games and stuff with his mind, and he said like, dude, this is like cheating. He's like, I feel like I have aimbot, and like they showed him.
So, is the Neuralink? Was he selected because he's quadriplegic?
I think. Well, he said his friend told him about it, so I think he reached out because he was interested. Because
Mhm.
it was probably one of those things where they're like surveying and they're just like, does anyone want this? Like we're doing it, we're testing on monkeys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to
Yeah,
like
they're just,
make
like-
that jump.
They're just sending out like those Instagram ads. Like, are you interested in getting a Neuralink?
Yeah. What would it take? I don't think there could
What
be
would it take me to get a Neuralink?
Do you think there's an amount of money?
$1 billion.
Really?
$1 billion. That's basically infinite money.
Would you want to get it taken? Like, what if you couldn't take it out? You still do it?
Mm. So what is the process of getting a Neuralink? It's like implanted directly into your brain, right?
I believe so. Yeah. I don't know
That's
exactly
fucking
where.
crazy.
It's like somewhere in the back of your head. It's like a surgical insert.
So you're like Doc Ock.
Is that from Spider-Man?
Is that
Is that from SpongeBob? Like-
you know? It's from yeah. That's one of Johnny Sins characters.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at this point. That guy's done everything.
Doc Ock. Doc Ock.
Dude, Yeah. Speaking of acting, dude, I didn't teach myself, but I learned how to cry in command yesterday.
Do it right now.
It's a process, dude. We're gonna be sitting here.
How are you gonna tell
I
me
didn't
I
say
learned how to
how
cry on
well.
command?
I didn't
And
say
then
how well. I just said I
okay.
learned it. You know what I mean?
What do you mean you learned how to cry on command? You just what does the process of that even look like?
So there's three different ways you could do it that I know of. Number one,
Okay.
you have the tear sticks. That's like the most common one that actors use, where I don't remember what the solution is called, but you put it and it makes your eyes water. Have you ever heard of that?
No, but I mean, I honestly, if you told me that's how you did it, I would be like, okay. I figured
Pretty
that seems like
underwhelming.
cheating.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that's
figured
the
there'd be
first
more
option.
to it.
Yeah, the second option is even more straightforward. You just keep your
Eye
eyes
drops or
open.
something.
No, you just keep your eyes open until they water.
This is actually sort of pissing me off.
And number three, okay, I didn't have the tiered duct solution or whatever. I tried keeping my eyes open. Did not
Mhm.
work. I was just sitting there for like 5 minutes, barely blinking. I'm like, this is stupid. I tried a third one, which is the most realistic, which is you're not even acting. You basically are putting yourself in a scenario of saying goodbye to a loved one in their deathbed.
So you just cry. Like you just make yourself super sad and cry.
Yes.
I
But
feel like it'd be like way more impressive if you could be like ha 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 and also crying, like
yeah.
laughing and crying.
But it's not like a switched thing. That's like the problem.
Can Neuralink do that?
Would that be worth it?
I think maybe.
I was thinking about
Just
how how funny it would be if I told you I could cry in command and you're like, all right, try. And then it's just a hard cut to me, both of us falling.
I feel like I could cry on command with like going off of like absolutely nothing but my arrogance.
Yeah, that's how you kind of get through life, huh?
Well, I mean, there's things in life that you cannot do, but like
How many push ups do you think you could do right now?
100.
Straight.
Yeah.
Good form, no rest. You are crazy.
60.
It instantly almost cut in half. I just asked you again. You know what I mean? Like,
But like that's what I'm talking about, dude. Like there's stuff that you have limitations.
you're just
Why
saying
not try and push
things.
back to like, why not try and push past them? If I say I can do 100 push-ups, but my body can only handle 50, when I get to 50, I'm gonna be like, fuck it, I got 50 more. And like in my heart, I'm going to like go further.
Yeah. Even 60 is a lot, dude.
I feel like I could do 80.
There's just so many numbers going around. Like, I don't know what to believe.
100 push-ups, you think that's unreasonable?
Good form, yeah. I
How strict on the form are we being?
I think you have to be pretty strict because I see a lot of people when they do those push-up things, they like kind of.
Good form push-ups, 70. Final answer.
I think I could do like. Mm, depends what's on the line. I think that is a big thing. Don't you?
Why are you adding shit to this? Just
But
like
I'm just. It's
you're
just.
like you're like adding okay, fine. If it's gonna kill me if I don't, then 200. Like that's the same thing with the McFlurries.
Yeah, but the McFlurries, you were like, I could do 100, and even 100 is like
100 McFlurries, dude. 100 that's how okay, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, in like one of our early episodes,
episode
Wave
one.
asked me, yeah, that was episode 1.
Mhm.
Mike asked me, how many McFlurries do you think it would take to kill you? Kill me? At least 100.
I don't
I'm
know
probably getting to like 50 and throwing up. And if I keep eating, at least 100.
how many McFlurries like scientifically could fit in your body. That's what I'm trying to think.
How like regular McFlurries or like Oreo McFlurries makes a difference.
Are the Oreos smaller?
I think the Oreo, because of like the weight and the heft of
Oh,
like the cookies, I think the cookies at like they take up more volume in your stomach.
Yeah.
But once the chocolate and the ice cream starts melting in your stomach and you just start like expanding, fuck.
What do you think kills you faster, vanilla or chocolate?
Ice cream?
How about just syrup?
Vanilla. I don't know why.
Really?
I feel like vanilla for some reason is poisonous in large amounts, going off of nothing.
Yeah. But
I
isn't
don't know
it
why I feel like that, but I do think that. And I'm gonna tell people that.
I guess it's like a cocoa bean versus a vanilla bean, right? So you'd have to
Yeah,
like
yeah.
figure out which one's more deadly.
I mean, that's where we get cocaine.
No, it's not, is it?
Cocoa plants, cacao plants. Or do we get cocaine from the same place with the chocolate? I'm being serious right now.
I love how you stated a fact and then you asked a question after.
I feel like there's the cocoa like like fruit, and like we get the chocolate from like the seeds or like the nut or something.
It's like
And
layered.
then we pull on a different part of the tree, there's the leaves, and we scrape off like the outer layer of the leaf, and that's where we get cocaine.
So I just Googled where does cocaine come from, and it just gave me like a phone number.
Just
So
maybe that guy sells cocaine.
yeah, yeah. I have a meeting on Monday. Want to go?
Yeah.
Um, I was actually thinking. I don't know how this works, but could a human survive off of photosynthesis?
No.
Or how far away are we from that?
That's a good question.
Like Neuralink, if you could photosynthesize me,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna go
think
grab
they
a
just
quick
give you-
snack. I'll
Yeah, go
take a bite of the
outside.
sunlight. Yeah.
I think what they do if you have Neuralink is they just like put a little like power outlet in the side of your skull, and they give you like one of those umbrellas that unfolds into a solar panel, and
Yeah.
then you just eat like that.
How many plugs are in the outlet in the Neuralink? That's
You're
gonna
charging your
decide.
phone and your.
Yeah, it's just dangling around.
If Neuralink could put a power outlet into my brain and I just charge it with my like own electricity like the Matrix.
Yeah,
Why wait, what were they using they were using humans for batteries in the Matrix?
I don't remember.
We're not very why? We don't produce a lot of electricity. Why would they do that?
Water,
That's just a
right?
word. What do you mean?
I just trying to throw something in the conversation.
Why? That doesn't make any sense. I know we're relitigating a movie that's like 35 years old at this point, but
Spoilers.
curious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if you were to take like any living being, I guess an electric eel would be first for electricity.
Do they actually produce electricity? I thought they like stung.
I believe they do. They have like a current throughout their body.
They got like a bioelectric pulse thing.
Do eels?
How does that even work?
It's pretty crazy to think like people are like, "Oh, I want to see a dinosaur, dude. We got them." Like they're
Yeah, like crocodiles,
sharks. That's a dinosaur.
sharks. Sharks is dinosaurs. Are sharks fish? Sharks are fish. They have gills.
Electric
Do you
eels.
think hammerhead sharks know they look like that?
I don't think they have like mirrors or like selfie cameras, so probably not. Like, that
Why
okay.
do they look like that, bro?
It feels like they like something really bad happened. Like the hydraulic
Uh-huh.
presser got in the way of the family somehow.
Yeah.
You know what
It
I
feels
mean?
like an accident that they're trying to like play off.
Yeah, my face is fine. Their eyes
Yeah.
are like this.
I like looking like this. I
Yeah.
wanted to look like this.
Yeah. My dating life
like-
is active.
Come on, man. We all know you fucked up on the hydraulic shark press. All right.
Yeah. I mean, he was just trying to make a living, though. You know what I mean? Like, it is hard work. Things happen,
hmm
but like, also acknowledge the accident.
Speaking of which, did you know that like your fingers are all worth like a set amount of money?
I did hear about that. How much?
So like I think it's because of like how union like and and compensation works whenever you like lose a limb or like a digit or something, depending on like what your union negotiated with your company. If you lose something, they have like a set amount that they have to pay you. So I'm imagining the thumb is probably the most expensive, but like
Yeah.
without knowing, let's do this. Actually, I'm gonna Google it and then you guess how much each one cost.
Okay, let's go through every finger then. At this point, I don't even care if we just get like values of numbers. Like I don't care about the source at this point.
Okay, hang on.
So
Hang
so Jubby Wubby Schmo says.
Okay, hang on. Okay, you would need to adjust. Why do I have to do math?
You just hold me hostage here for 8 hours. Like,
Okay, hang on. Let me rephrase how I'm googling this. Okay, okay, hang on.
I'm literally looking it
Um,
up too. Okay, I have it.
How?
This is how much money you would be compensated for based on your body part that you lose at work.
Okay,
Lose your fourth finger. I think that's
as in
this
your
one.
pinky?
I think that would be your ring.
I would say
Oh
pinky
yeah,
because
yeah, you're right. You're right.
okay,
So if you lose your pinky, that's $6,000.
that
That's
doesn't
like
feel like enough.
that's like nothing.
That's nothing, bro.
Any toe other than your big toe, 6,400. I would
Wait,
rather lose my
more for
toe.
yeah, I was. So you can lose your pinky toe. Well, I guess it's walking.
Yeah.
You're gonna walk fucked up for the rest of your life. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Third finger, so your ring finger, 10 grand.
Do these stack? You think? Like if I lose two
asking
of these-
as you're bleeding out. Do these stack?
So if I lose both of these, do I get the 10 grand for this one, or do I get like 16 grand for both?
Maybe there's a bonus round.
Yeah.
Like a casino. I don't know. Probably. Second finger would be, I guess, your middle finger. 12 grand. That's still pretty low.
That is not enough, man.
If you lose your big toe, 15.2 thousand. So just over 15
How
grand.
important is the big toe?
The most important, because that's like all your balance. Try to walk without your big toe.
I feel like I could easily walk without my big toe.
Okay, as a challenge, but like living with that.
I don't even know how to imagine this.
First finger, 18 grand. Thumb,
Okay, we're getting somewhere.
yeah, thumb, 35
Okay.
grand.
That is not enough.
That's still not a lot.
I need like 50.
I
Oh my god.
64,000.
Do they provide the eye patch?
I
Oh,
mean,
not. You get like an
yeah.
Amazon logo eye
Oh,
patch.
dude, that would
That would
suck.
fucking suck.
Yeah.
It's like getting a t-shirt from the company you work for. It's like, man, I'm not gonna wear this anywhere. Maybe to bed. Maybe my wife could wear it.
Yeah. What's next? Foot, 82,000. A whole foot, dude?
A whole foot, yeah. A foot, that's like legitimately life-changing.
I-
Like you lose a pinky and like your life is pretty much it's gonna be weird, but like pretty much the same. You lose a foot, you gotta like start like making changes to the way you live.
I'm trying to think if losing a foot would be worse than losing one eye. I guess your eyes kind of work together.
I think I'd rather lose a foot.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think I might, just because I like seeing shit.
I would get LASIK on that one eye. I really would.
The risks involved are not worth it.
What do you mean?
What if you go blind in that one eye?
It's like this, like, I feel like that's a safer surgery than most things.
LASIK?
Yeah.
I thought there was like a bunch of like risks associated with LASIK.
I don't know. I heard it was pretty chill. The doctor. So how is it? Pretty chill. Okay.
I talked to my dentist like that actually. Now go on.
Yeah. I'll just run through the last couple so we don't spend too much time. Hand, 97.6 thousand. Now you're getting up there, but I still don't feel like this is enough. This is
I
all
feel like
pretty
you should
low.
give more for your dominant hand.
Right. What if you tell me you're
Yeah.
ambidextrous to get a little bit more change?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fucking give him another 12.
Leg, a whole leg, 115.2 thousand.
That's not enough.
How is the foot 82, but a leg is 115?
Yeah.
And then arm is 124.8 thousand. So these are all pretty
Dude.
low.
These are low. We gotta, guys, if you're planning on losing a limb in a factory accident, I gotta advise against it, man. They're not compensating in a way that is, competitive enough. Maybe consider moving to another country before you lose a limb in a factory related accident.
Mhm.
That's just my opinion.
I
This
feel
is legal advice.
worst YouTuber ever. This is legal and financial advice. I was gonna say, I wonder how much a hammerhead shark would get because he didn't really lose anything, but there's still an injury.
Yeah, what's going on with those fucking sharks? I can't even make a joke.
You
Like, they
got
look
beef
so
with them.
weird. They just
Yeah.
look so weird. Why do they look like that? Can they look forward, or do they have to, like,
I don't know.
you know what I mean? Do they have the capacity to just be like,
Do you
know what I
think?
mean?
Do you think that
or are
hammerhead
they
sharks?
always like,
Do you think hammerhead sharks can do out of sight, out of mind? or no, they probably can't really run with that one.
probably not.
Always
Everything's
inside. Yeah, always inside.
Always torturing my mind.
I was gonna ask though, with bringing this up, if you had to rank every finger 1 to 5, number one's your
Thumb is
favorite.
number one, obviously.
Thumb's number 1. What's number 2?
Obviously.
I say pointer, because then you can do finger guns.
It's a pretty important,
You know what I
part
mean?
of my everyday interactions. Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you gonna tell people, like, hey man, I'm with that?
I'm not with that. He's doing
Yeah.
this.
That would be actually really unfortunate though if you lost all 3 fingers. So people always thought you were doing finger guns. So you
Yeah.
could never be like, hey man, fuck you. People would be like, he's saying fuck me, but he's giving me finger guns. So maybe he's into it.
I do feel like that's second though. I stand pretty strong on thumb number 1, pointer number 2.
I say middle finger more important.
Really?
I don't know why. I think the length of it.
Yeah.
The length of it feels important. The fact that you could still flip people off.
When do you do this in 2024?
When do I flip people off?
Yeah.
Whenever I see my friend across the bar.
Does that happen a lot?
You know, ask me how you say fuck you to somebody in ASL, because I take ASL lessons.
How do you say F you to somebody in ASL? But like,
you know what I mean? What is that in ASL?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a
Pinky definitely has got to be number 5.
I feel like if you told me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I would not be upset with that ranking.
Yeah, ring finger, that's got to be rough though, because like if you end up wearing a wedding ring, like do you wear a bracelet?
I don't want to derail the conversation, but I don't know what you just said that reminded me of like adult circumcisions.
Okay.
But like, isn't that such a fucking crazy concept?
I think it is in general, but yes, adult is insane.
Adult circumcisions. Just
do they put
You
you
know what
out
I
for
mean?
that?
I don't think so.
They just give you like a martini. Like, what do they do?
You're gonna want to bite this.
A belt. Oh man, what does that actually do though? Does that do anything? Like, I kind of want to find my nearest belt.
Circumcision?
No, the belt.
Oh, biting.
I know what
so
that
you don't
does.
like bite down on your tongue.
Really?
I think so. Well, because like leather, you're not gonna bite through, and like when you're in that amount of pain,
red leather, yellow leather.
Yeah.
The doctor's saying it before he's sharpening the blade.
Do you drink? You do now.
Oh my god, dude. I can't stand like hearing about painful stuff.
Man.
It makes me queasy sometimes hearing about stuff
Yeah?
like that. If it's like graphic, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could never be a surgeon. Not that I could like be anyways, but like
Yeah. You can never get an adult circumcision.
no.
I gotta know, dude. I'm sorry to derail this, but I gotta know.
I thought you were gonna contact your doctor. I gotta know.
I'll
see you on Monday.
Adults.
Is that
The
a
medicine
video
will keep you from
idea?
feeling pain during your procedure, but you will be awake. You may be given general anesthesia to keep you asleep and pain-free during the procedure. Your healthcare provider will make an incision and cut away the force. Why? Why do we circumcise?
If we
Where did this come from?
If we had to get that done together, would you hold my hand?
In an unfortunate turn of events, we have to get adult circumcisions.
Hold my hand, brother.
Do we vlog it? I feel like that's content.
Reaction.
I'm
Oh.
reacting to my adult circumcision.
I'll do a B reel.
Dude, why? Why?
Oh.
Why? It's purely aesthetic, right?
It's probably a little bit of a hygiene thing, but, like, is it that big of a deal at that
Oh,
point?
I don't think it's that. I mean, you know what I mean. Like, how fucking how much more hygienic could it be?
I don't deal with that, but I've heard.
Cosmetic, social, and cultural reasons, uncircumcised men may also. We have to move on.
Yeah.
We have to move on.
I thought about this because I was baking yesterday, and I was like, "Man, this is a really good skill to have," right? And that
Baking.
baking and cooking in
Yeah.
general. And I proposed the question, what's a skill that you think everybody should know?
Mm. My instinct is to say like how to change a tire.
That's a good one.
I feel like I know how to change a tire in theory. I've never had to actually change a tire.
Yeah. You're just on the side of the road. You're like, yeah, I got this. You're not doing anything.
Dude, catch me on the side of the road in this California weather,
Oh,
116 degrees, just sweating through my shirt on YouTube, how to change a tire,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know? And it's some fucking dude with like 1,400 subscribers
Yep.
who's got one video on his channel with 2.4 million views.
So real.
He just hit the algo, man.
Yeah.
And he's just like, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my car channel. I'm gonna show you how to change a tire. And I'm following and I'm double tapping rewind a lot.
Yeah. It's his first video. Welcome back.
Yeah.
From where?
Yeah.
I think that if you were to change a tire, I wouldn't be surprised to see an Instagram story thirst trap after with like a grease on your face and like
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah.
just like you need a hand, you know what I mean? Like something like
Yeah.
that. Ladies.
Man, I had a like almost very scary
I'd probably do the same thing.
real world moment. What'd you say?
I just said I'd probably do the same because like it's a good opportunity to kind of look manly and sexy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
though.
I had like sort of a scary moment one time when I was on a date with this girl. I lived like 40 minutes from her city. I drove to see her. We're in my car on our way back from our date. I'm like dropping her off at her place. And like we are at a stoplight and I hear just like sort of like the windows are rolled down because it's like a nice night. I hear like sort of as
Ooh.
if like air is coming out of one of my tires and immediately I get that like flash of heat. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, am I gonna have to change the tire? So like I keep looking down at my dashboard to see if like the air pressure thing is coming on. And I get to her house and she's like, I had a good time. Do you wanna, like hang out for a little while? I was like, no, I gotta get going actually. And I like just drove off to a gas station. I checked and I don't know if I was like maybe just paranoid or what, but it was all
Yeah.
good.
You didn't mention
But
it?
I didn't
You
mention it
wanted to
because
play it cool?
I wanted to play it cool. I was like 19. No, I must have been younger than that, dude. I must have been like I was still living with my parents, so I must have been like 17.
Yeah, like just started to drive and you like barely learn anything about cars.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
know anything, just like fucking flying down the highway.
Your every light's on your dashboard, but it's cool.
Yeah.
It's still cool. I feel like that's a really good life skill to be honest, and it's something that I think I know how to do, but I haven't tested it. I feel
Yeah.
it's like one of those things where you're not gonna just take your tire off your car and change it just for fun. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna have to be a scenario where it's like, all right, I need to take care of this.
Yeah, it's make or break time, man.
Yeah, exactly. I would say a really good life skill or a skill that everybody should know. Honestly, I think cooking. I think
I
cooking
was
is
gonna say cooking. Yeah, cooking is also like one of those things everybody needs to know. Everybody needs to know how to cook, man.
because it's like you're reading and you're following
Yeah,
directions.
yeah.
Like I understand that a lot can go wrong really fast and it can be scary. When I was younger, I would always be so scared, like multitasking with cooking. I'm like, oh my god, something's gonna catch on fire or whatever. Remember I told you like I had a tortilla that caught on fire one time.
Yes.
It wasn't bad, but it still was a flame.
That's so funny. How do you It's also weird that like cooking is like one of those things that's like perceived as like gendered.
Yeah, I think that's kind of changed over the last like decade, but it
I
was
think so too.
yeah, it used to be like such a gendered thing.
Why though?
I
I
don't
don't even
know.
understand.
It just probably was like one of those house duties that got grouped in because a lot of like traditional families would have the man or the dad go to work and the mom would like take care of the kids.
Yeah, I
It's
guess.
just like old
I
fashioned
mean,
thinking.
I don't know if like this is maybe problematic of me, but I will say it is pretty fucking like hot when a girl like can cook and like cooks you dinner or something, like cooks you a meal.
Yeah, it's just loving. It's just a nice
Yeah,
gesture.
I don't think that's necessarily like I think a lot of women feel the same way too, though. I think a lot of women.
Oh yeah.
I I cooked for a girl one time, and she was like pretty into it. You know?
Yeah, because it's not something I feel like most guys are like, especially when you're younger, you're like cooking like hot pockets, or no, you're cooking like pizza
Yeah,
rolls. Like you're throwing them in the
yeah.
oven. You're playing Xbox 360 with the boys, and then they're
Hmm.
burnt, and it's like that's
Yeah.
that and ramen noodles or ramen
What did you
noodles,
say?
ramen noodles.
Is that how you say
I used
ramen?
I used to say ramen, so it's a bad habit.
I always used to say mealy
Mealy.
instead of like melee.
Oh, that kind
Yeah.
of pissed me off when people would say, "Wait, mealy." I don't think anybody said mealy.
I learned I only ever like read that word. So I didn't know like how it was pronounced. So like when like Smash came out, I
Yeah.
was like, oh, Smash Bros. Melee. Because it's spelled like melee. And like I remember when I was still streaming, I posted a clip. We were playing Apex, and I was like, how did you do that amount of damage? Melee's hit for 30.
Oh, and the person's like,
And people flamed me, bro. They were like, melee. Like,
people get so like worked up on the internet. It's
yeah.
hilarious.
I remember one time I posted a video. This like girl and her boyfriend were like playing a game together, and I stitched it, and it was like a really cute moment. But I stitched it, and I was like, "Ah, you wish that was you, haha." And it like kind of popped off, and so many people said the meanest shit that I have ever seen
Are
in
you
my entire
serious?
directed at me. Yeah, like it was like directed at like my weight and like my teeth and shit.
What
And I
the?
was just like, man, people are really mean.
Oh my
It was like
god.
it was so mean that it like came back around to being funny.
Right. That's kind of the downside of just like getting a lot of traction on any video or anything you say is like it's gonna get picked apart. Oh, that was what I was thinking about the other day on like the way home. It's such an obvious thing, but like the worst part about the internet is the lack of context. Like that's it.
Yeah.
It's just there's
Yeah.
no context to anything. No news story, no conversation. Like nothing has context or subtleties or nuances. So it's just like people could
Mhm.
get worked up because it's basically like walk up to someone and be like, "I hate you." It's like obviously you're gonna spark an emotion. In the internet, they're always reading like "I hate you," but like the sentence is like "I hate when you are so nice to me," and it's like they never
Yeah.
read the second half of the sentence or the story, and it's like it's so frustrating. That's why I try to like stay off, man.
Twitter's like the worst place for that.
It's so bad, man. Ever since I had
Like I
stopped, it's been nice.
I saw a tweet the other day of this dude like making a joke about like him saying like I don't want to be rich. I just want to have enough money that I don't have to wake up at any certain time and I can spend my days eating and surfing and hanging out with the people I love. You know, very clearly like he knows that like you need to be rich in order to live that lifestyle,
Yeah.
right?
Floodgates.
And people got real fucking mad at that guy, dude.
That's so
They
funny,
were so
man.
angry at him. Like,
You know what that's like? It's like that guy said it like he's imagine you're like at a bonfire and you're just kind of BSing the guys. It's like, yeah, man, I
yeah,
don't really need money. I just want to like chill and surf. And the response to that as a normal person is like, yeah, dude, that'd be sick. Like, money's not that important.
mhm,
Conversation's over. But then the internet it sees that, it's over.
yeah, and they're already pissed off.
Yeah. Yeah, they're starting
Have
off
you
on a
ever?
bad foot.
It's always funny when like you're interacting. I used to deal with that shit all the time when I was still working in like the restaurant industry and like service. I'm
Yeah.
sure you probably dealt with it too. Dealt
Yep.
with it, too. But
Yep.
like those people who would come in and they like decided like when they walk in, they decided I'm gonna have a bad day today. I'm gonna have a bad time,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be someone else's problem.
Yep, yep. It's like reverse self affirmations. I'm gonna have a bad
Yeah.
day today.
I remember one time when I was at In and Out. I might have told you this story before, but when I was working at In and Out, this woman came up to me and like shoved a burger like into like basically into my chest, like
Yeah.
showing me. And I was like, she didn't say anything. I was like, yes. And she goes, I ordered this burger rare, but I didn't
Mm.
want it still mooing. And like looking back, she was like, I fucking cooked. Like that
Yeah.
line goes so
She was
hard.
scheming.
But I looked down at that burger and like 3/4 of it are already eaten. And it's like, yo, man, what the fuck is going on here? If
Yeah.
you wanted another burger, just buy a goddamn burger, bro. But like, I don't know. That's the thing about In and Out. That they would just like. I told my manager, and she was just like, just fucking get her another burger, man. I don't know.
Yeah, because they
And
don't want to deal with it.
but there's so many people like that that you have to deal with on like a daily basis. And then you go home and you're just like, fuck, man, that was fun.
Yeah, lying to
Guess I'll
yourself.
just take this out on my significant other.
I feel like a lot of the times, like those people that would come in super angry, if they just get like a good server or like somebody that's like extremely nice to them, sometimes is rare, but sometimes they would completely flip and realize it was like showing them a mirror. They're like, oh, I'm being an asshole. But
Mhm.
most of the time, those people are just like steamrolling. They don't care how nice you are. They want like their experience that they have in their head.
Yeah.
You know, it's so funny to watch. Like I remember I used to bus, be a busser, and it was never my duty to like serve people. I would
Yeah.
maybe grab them or grab their server for them or maybe grab them some napkins, something easy. So most of the time, I take that to heart. If something's not my job, I do not step over. I'm here to do exactly what I don't care about this $1 billion corporation. I'm here to make my
Yeah.
$8 an hour and get out.
God, I cannot believe. Oh my God, I forgot Michigan.
It was
Oh
pretty
my
bad.
God, that is crazy. $8 an hour.
My first job I made after tax was taken out, I made like 6.36 an hour. And it was hot next to a pizza oven and it was busy, dude. Like talking like
That's insane.
a couple hundred pizzas in a 4-hour shift and you're getting paid $6 an hour, man.
I mean, people will always say like, "Oh yeah, but the cost of living is so much lower." But like, dude, not that much. Like $6, eight
Yeah.
dollars is not an $8 an hour. That's not even enough to buy one of the fucking pizzas you were making.
I know. An hour's a long time. It's a lot of work,
God,
you know? And it
this
makes
you
it
know,
worse because it multiplies throughout your life. I mean, depending on how long
mhm,
you stay in there. And it's like the only way you can make more money is by getting a raise, but you got to basically like work your ass off for it or get a promotion.
yeah,
It's terrible business for the person or the employees. I'm sure the pizza places are making a
they fucking
killing.
love that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's charge them the least amount we can and charge. You know what's so funny about that? I worked at a pizza place and adding extra toppings to a large was worth more than I made in an hour. Some extra pepperonis were worth more than me, dude.
Dude, oh, we should people. We should burn down the like. We should. I'm joking, but you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like, how is? Whatever.
Whatever.
I can't.
Yeah. But
I'll derail the conversation again.
I have one last question for today that I want to ask you.
Okay.
I found this on Ask Reddit. How long do you think it would take you to realize that you were reliving the same day over and over, like Groundhog Day? And follow up, what would you do if you knew you're living the same day?
How long do I think it would take me? I think like halfway through the second day,
Yeah.
I would know
Yeah.
because like first day goes by, that's just a normal day. That's how life works.
Right.
But the second day, I wake up and like say it's Monday, right?
Yeah.
And I go to work thinking it's Tuesday, and my
Mm,
coworker asks me like, "Oh, how was your weekend?" I'd be like, "Uh, I told you. I
yeah.
mean, I'll tell you again. I guess. Like, I guess we're just making small talk today."
Yeah. What if
But
their acting's really good? Like they're actually in that day though, and they're like, "No, dude, it's
yeah,
Monday." They show a calendar. Oh, then you'd probably know.
but when I get to lunch and I'm just like, man, I'm working on the same shit that I was working on yesterday. I feel like I
Uh,
thought I'd knock this out. I think by the time like noon rolls around, I'll be like, shit is going. I would probably think like I was going like crazy,
yeah. Yeah.
but maybe like by the end of the second day, I would actually know for sure. Like, no, it's not me. I'm in some sort of time loop.
Yeah. I think the second day I would be very confused. And then the third day I would be like, if this happens, then this. I would like proof check myself.
Hmm.
But then the follow up is like, what do you do? You're living the same day over and over. Like, how do you live your life then?
So the cool thing about that is basically no consequences,
Mm,
right? Because whatever happens, you're just gonna live the next day.
hmm
Um, so I would just first of all, I'm not going to work that fucking day. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Like, probably just start taking day trips. Like, how far can I get from this city? And like, you don't have to, it's not like you have to worry about like getting home,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
Booking one-way tickets, man.
What do you think the first like trip you book is? Like,
Probably just like I mean, the first couple of like weeks, I'm probably just hanging out with like friends and like trying to get laid, to be honest.
you think that stops?
Yeah.
I don't think that part
But
stops.
I think after a while, I'm gonna be like, fucking, I wonder what's going on in Egypt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. It's the most adventurous day of all time, and you're like, I'm just gonna wake up in my bed tomorrow. That's kind of convenient. You don't have to fly back.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like there is a part of me that's like, this is actually like kind of working out.
Yeah, I'd probably go to space then. I'd try to go to the moon.
Yeah.
I would.
How would you
Genuinely.
manage that?
Like, I'm not
How
even
many
joking.
how many how many days in before you could like figure out the exact run that you need to make in order to get to space?
It would take one day. I would watch a Neil deGrasse Tyson video. I would
Yeah.
I would UPS like to the nearest space station, and then to get into that though, I'd have to take out a huge loan, like the billionaires were doing, but they didn't have
Yeah,
to
but
take out
that's
a
like
loan.
that's just gonna you can't do that in one day. That's the thing that's so fucking limiting is that
Right.
the rest of the world thinks that tomorrow's gonna happen, right? So
Yeah.
like they're gonna try and get you to operate on their timeline, but you got to make all this shit happen quick. Like like meeting a girl like in all those like Groundhog Day type movies who you just like keep going back to because like I don't know, there's something about this girl, that whole dynamic.
Mhm.
There is like something that's cool about like every interaction that you have with a person is
Mhm.
like, dude, I could just get another fucking crack at this like tomorrow. If this
Yeah.
doesn't wherever I fuck up this conversation, I'll just come back tomorrow and not fuck it up.
Yeah. I definitely would have used that when I was younger and more awkward, but I think now I'm kind of just living with it. If we don't gel, I'm not going to reuse a day on you.
No, I think I would use it for evil.
Okay? How?
I think I would like talk people out of money
Talk
and
them out
like
of money? What do you mean?
I think I would like
Don't
just
take
try
your
and
check to the bank.
I think I would just like see if I could start like convincing people to do shit. Like
So you just like manipulate?
maybe just be evil.
Yeah. Would you
Maybe
wear like
after
a
a while, I just like go on my my evil run.
yeah, have like a different era? You're like Taylor Swift on
Yeah,
tour.
do like the Shadow the Hedgehog version of the game.
Yeah. Would you wear like a cape? I feel like I would.
I feel like might as well.
It's a little bit more obvious if you're walking around. That guy looks evil. What's the giveaway?
You're just walking into like Little Caesars with like a black
You
cape.
look like Dracula. Like, what's this guy doing? I'll take some hot.
I'll
some
take the 5 and
steaks
the
and
crazy bread.
Yeah.
Make it extra crazy.
Make it extra crazy.
Yeah. To me, it's just regular bread.
Yeah. I feel like it would also be really interesting on like what day that happened because
It would fucking suck if it happened on a Monday, I'll tell you that.
yeah,
Saturday's the best time.
middle of the summer, maybe like early summer.
Early spring, I think.
I like it when it's like a little bit tropical.
Yeah. I'm talking like maybe like March.
For Cali, yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's like
Like a nice
June.
March Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
And then
How wait,
going-
wait. How early into like okay, let's say you're like, all right, I'm living the same day over and over. How many days or weeks does it take until you're like, I'm gonna be evil?
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing weird shit.
How many days does it take? You start thinking too much. I kind of want to be evil, man. This normal shit's getting boring. This shit's for the birds. I want to be weird.
That's so fucking funny.
I'm gonna start manipulating.
It's probably like it's probably shorter than you think.
Yeah, like week 2. You're like,
Week 2.
I did everything I already
Holy
want.
shit.
I did everything I want. I want to be evil. I'm gonna like
Start
ruin
stealing.
lives.
Because like you don't have to work. Just start taking people's car, man. It's like, what are they
Yeah.
gonna fucking do?
Because here's what I think you do. I think once you realize it happens, you're like, how can I maximize my potential? That's gonna
Yeah.
come down to money, right? What
Yeah.
you do with that is you go high risk, high reward, baby. So you take it to Vegas and you put everything
Yeah.
on.
Oh, smart.
You put everything on like, I don't know, everything on a color or everything on a number. And if you hit, you hit.
mean-
If you don't, hey, we're chilling at the park today.
Honestly, it's only gonna take a couple of days before you figure out like what number on the roulette table's hitting.
Yeah,
Because it's the same day over and over again.
right. And then once you, oh, that's true. And then once you start hitting, I think that's what speeds up the evil process.
That's the hack.
Because that's what happens in real life when billionaires get too powerful, they start getting
Yeah.
evil.
I think probably like 2 months in, I'm gonna start doing weird shit.
I'm gonna start like sticking myself in fruits.
What? No. Oh, and fruits?
Yeah, and fruits.
Maybe. I mean, depends on the fruit.
I'm gonna start tasting like different salads.
Yeah.
Just like stuff
Cobb.
that isn't really like a big deal.
Yeah. That's evil?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think really I wouldn't do anything crazy. I'd probably start
No.
stealing shit. I would definitely start stealing shit.
Well, is stealing a misdemeanor?
I think it depends on how much you steal, which is fucking crazy, I guess. Because grand larceny, I think, is a felony, and that happens after anything over 10K.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
That's interesting. So you'd have to like stay under that. I guess if you're in that scenario, people are probably gonna be taking risks left and right, anyways.
Honestly, man, like, I gotta be honest. I'm probably gonna start stealing shit like pretty immediately.
Day one at night, you're just bored.
I'm gonna be. I don't know, man. Like, if I know like tomorrow they're gonna wake up and not remember this, yeah, I'm probably gonna fucking steal a couple cars here and there, man. Like,
Yeah. You know
I
what's
might take a baby stroller.
leave the baby with the mom.
Probably.
I feel like the funny part about all of this is like we're just talking about, well, okay, the illegal and weird shit aside, the evil shit aside, just like the spontaneous, like full potential. That's just like how life should be lived in general. And we're like, yeah, but if I could like teleport in my bed.
Yeah. If I was stuck in a time loop.
Yeah, that's the only like consequence or the only scenario.
Damn, dude, we're in the bad place for real.
I'm not doing well. Just get sad. Honestly, I think it's a good time to call it. It was a good time.
Yeah. Hope you guys are doing well.
You know, cook something new, learn a new recipe.
Change a tire.
Yeah, get a adult vasectomy or not vasectomy. Get an adult
adult circumcision.
Circumcision. But yeah, thank you guys for listening and watching episode 23, I believe. Make sure to rate us 5 stars on Spotify, please. It helps so much. Thank you guys for the support on the clips on the YouTube channel. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next week. Take care. Take it easy.